but just being able to turn around from Sunday to today, and you go from dropping all the first sets on Sunday to coming in and being dominant right out of the gates. What was that like? What was the mindset that changed?
Yeah, I think that's what today is about. Is it wasn't really about our opponent. It was just about us and responding from Sunday. And I thought we had a good week of practice. You know, the girls, you could tell there was a mood of like they wish we could have played a match on Monday. But that's great. You know, I think the one thing you want to see with a young team is how they respond to adversity. And you know, you need to learn that. You need to learn that about the people that you're teammates with, is how they're going to respond. Can I count on them when things aren't going so well? And we learned a lot about that tonight. And, you know, I think it's great. I mean, to me, I love the fact that even at one doubles, we're 5-3 up, it goes to 5-all. How are we going to respond? I think there's so many things early in the season that, as a coach, just like being a parent, you don't want to like stop them from having some failure. You need to see like, okay, what's going to happen and how can they grow? And this team is so young that we need to be put in as many tough spots as possible and just grow up as much as we can, because it's going to be a tough Big 12 season, and we have big goals in the NCAAs moving forward. And you know, I think you see from, I just heard Ohio State went and beat Duke, who's a top 5 team. So, you know, maybe people are going to see that wasn't such a bad match after all. And we let one slip away there. But I think the way that we responded today was very important.
Coach, I know Arkansas is, I heard you on radio today, they're one of the better doubles teams you're going to face. And just the experience of that, and then also 1 and 2 stay undefeated on the dual season, that's got to be pretty important.
Yeah, I think we're making a lot of progress. I mean, our number 2 doubles, I think Linka is the most improved doubles player since the beginning of the spring. I really like the things that she's doing, and she's balancing B. I thought number 3 played really well today. They lost some deuce points there early. I mean, it seemed like every one of those games was going to deuce, and we didn't play as well as we wanted to, but I thought they took a step forward. And then same for Lisa and Ayumi. That's a really strong team that Arkansas has, and that's the second win that Lisa and Ayumi have over them. We beat them in the fall and then beat them now. So I think that was really important to get that. And yeah, Arkansas, they just took the doubles from Pepperdine, who was a 6th team in the country, so they can play doubles with anybody in the country. Courtney always does a good job coaching the girls and with the girls in their doubles, and they put a lot of pressure on you, and I thought our girls really stepped up.
And then with Daria, if I'm remembering right, she was a highly touted doubles player coming in.
Yeah.
But what she's been able to do since the fall and now in the spring in singles has been pretty impressive. How close is she to kind of getting in a real groove here?
Yeah, I think it's, I think that tomorrow's going to be a good day for her. I really saw a lot of growth from her and just how she's understanding a lot of the things that we're working with her on. And sometimes it doesn't show up right away and wins, but she reminds me a lot of a couple girls here that have had a lot of success in our program when they were freshmen, and she's got amazing athleticism, and she's got a lot of things. She did a lot of things really well today. She didn't trust some of the things that she's doing well when it came down to crunch time, but I know she's disappointed and she's ready to go tomorrow. And I told the girls in the locker room, that's the great thing about college tennis. A lot of these girls are used to playing tournaments when they lose, then they don't get another tournament for 2 or 3 weeks. And look, we play tomorrow, and with not even 24 hours. So I don't care if you played great or you didn't play well. Let's get ready to go tomorrow.
Bunyawi being moved to 1 and Lisa down to 2. What was that strategic decision like?
You know, I think that we're going to be able to move those girls around. I think you're going to see 1 and 2 switch out a lot throughout the season. It's just really kind of rewarding B for how well she's playing right now, and giving her a chance to play some at number 1. I think she deserves it. And Lisa's a team player and knows that she can go to number 2, and she was fired up about it. And you know, we may switch them back tomorrow. We may keep it the same. You know, I think it's just for us, just giving them a challenge and being able to match it up. And, you know, I wouldn't be opposed to just switching it every match from here on out, just to see like who handles certain pressures well. But, you know, ultimately B lost to that girl from Arkansas last year, and she wanted a little taste of getting revenge this year, and I thought that we might be able to do something with the lineup to make that happen, and we got what we wanted, and B was able to you know, just see how much she's improved.
One of the things that she's really stressed in my discussions with her is just how her confidence is built, and basically how she's trying to enjoy the game a lot more. And whenever in that second to last game, when she lost that game, and she turned around, she gave a smile to the crowd, just kind of soaking it in, kind of like, well, it wasn't quite perfect, but it was as close as you can to it. What is that kind of what is like having such a dominant performance like that? How does that affect like her confidence?
Yeah, I think
specifically?
that you said it right. I mean, for her, this is a huge confidence boost because she sees where she was as a player last January playing this match versus where she is a year from, and I think that's what we focus on here is these girls come here and they get better, and it's a, marked difference from last year. But B is such a happy person. She is like a joy just to be around in general. You guys know it from being around her. And I thought that Ohio State, I told her, like, look, you got to change that face and smile a little bit more, and she plays better when she's just having fun. And awesome crowd. I just want to say, first and foremost, I hope that you guys stress what a great crowd it was because it was awesome. And, I know a lot of people, we got it done in time for them to get over and see the wrestling. And so I think it worked out pretty good. Hopefully people will come, and we need that same energy tomorrow. It's awesome when the crowd is like that, and we thank them for coming.
And then Ayumi played really well on 3 today. What did you see from her, especially against an opponent that was rated pretty high?
Yeah, I mean, it's a singles, nationally ranked singles player that she played against, and that girl Jackie Carr is a really tough player. She won the match for Arkansas against us last year, so she's a tough out. But I think Ayumi just got back to playing like her game. I think she panicked a little bit on Sunday when things didn't go as well. But there's nobody that took that loss harder on Sunday than Ayumi, and there's nobody that worked harder this week. So, I think that's the thing that the fans and media probably don't see is how hard these girls worked. These girls went in and did extra on Monday when most people would take Monday off after a tough weekend. And I go into the fitness room to see Nick Hoheisel and talk to him about something at 8:30, and I see girls on the treadmills running, and I didn't know they were going to be there. And that's a sign of we got a good team and the right kids that, the first thing they want to do is just get back and get that out of their system. And so today couldn't have come soon enough for a lot of these girls, and I think it showed in the performance.
And Arkansas, Courtney, being able to have coached here a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you seen her develop as a coach over just the last few years?
Yeah, I'm really proud of Courtney. I think she's grown a lot as a coach, and just to see her go and take on a program of her own in Houston before now going to Arkansas, and I love the way that her girls play. I love the way they compete, and she's going to do great things. She's going to be a rising star in our coaching profession, and I'm so fortunate that I got to spend time with her when she was with me at Wichita State and then also here at Oklahoma State. So we have a good history together, and we're competitive with each other, but at the same time there's nobody that's more proud of her than I am.
Coach, what's the strategy behind trying to configure those matchups or those starting lineups in order to get the matchups you want? Do you try and match up your highest ranked players against theirs?
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of limitations based on national rankings and those things of what we can and can't do. I think right now our lineup's pretty well set other than our top 2 spots. I think those girls, you could see them switch around because they're so even. And, I think B and Lisa both are number 1 type players, and when you get 2 number 1s, that's a great problem to have, but you need to be able to feed both of them. You need to give them both opportunities. So, I don't want one person to feel like they always have to sacrifice to the other. I think it's a partnership, and so I think with those girls at the top, and I don't know where we could really make any other switches right now other than maybe Linka moves up to 5, but I really think Daria is starting to really come into it, and I want to show her confidence that we believe in her, and I think when she gets things going, we're going to be pretty deep.
And what impressed you about Bunyawi and Ayumi's play today?
I think just the fact they stayed tough and they made a lot of balls and they just competed really well.